Well, hi there. This is Miss Joan, Miss Joan's Tarot on the Hill, and I have been getting some really interesting messages for August. As you can tell, there's a little more openness going on here. The message I was getting was something about authenticity and being a little more open and basically jumping into that void that is very much the Fool card in life. I'm going to spray on some aura smudge. It's basically cleansing our space so that we'll be in a good place. La la. Very nice. One more thing to add to our new things. I have a couple more decks I'm bringing out. There will be Devine Abundance right here, which will give us a theme that we open and close this month with. And we have the Path of the Soul fractal energy cards, which are going to be very cool. I think you'll like them. And we have this other one for problem solving. MAHRUKH X. We'll talk about them later. I will put them in the comments so that you will have access to these new decks being introduced. I will list all 5 decks we're playing with. Of course, we have the Crow Tarot over here and our good old standby, right? I'm going to introduce you to my other friend here. This is a baby Einstein of the Einstein, the Crystal Skull. Look it up. It's a real thing. One of the 13 ancient skulls. And this baby has been communing with and shaped in exact correlation to what Einstein is. And so we're accessing our star brothers and sisters, and we are bringing them into this space, this safe space here. And I am going to invoke at this time star brothers and sisters and all of the wonderful angels and guides and spirits that will join us in this moment, in this precious space that we have now created to access the information necessary from above and from below so that we can find out what's going on for Aries this week, this month, right? There will be 5 weeks. There will be 5 columns, 3 rows, as per usual. And we will get in depth on the first week at the end of this video. Thank you. Aho. I'm going to now take the time and shuffle these cards for you, Aries. Let's get things going for Aries. What is happening for Aries in August? I can tell you some things. The overall message that I got from all that is, from the great beings that are, that the great big thing to think about for all 12 signs, the message for all 12 signs is to absolutely, yes, what do we need for Aries? Aries, Aries, please. Thank you, star beings, brothers and sisters. Change, flexibility, being open to what comes. As I am embodying all things change, including a microphone. Hello. I was having sound trouble and I didn't even realize it, but thank you all for sharing that information with me. I'm going to go ahead and program this deck really quick. Aries, 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 what do we need to know on a week-to-week basis? Thank you, star brothers and sisters, Aries. This is a very stiff deck, so we will go sideways. Aries, Aries, Aries. There's nothing wrong with change, except when you don't accept it. When you don't accept it, you're in denial, and things get really hanky and really intense. These are now pre-planned and preset. I will now reach out for my Devine Abundance deck and get us a theme for this particular month in August, and a theme for Aries, a theme for Aries, a theme for Aries for August. Thank you, Divine brothers and sisters. A theme for Aries. That theme, clearing. We have clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mine, mine, mine to God's, God's, God's. Such freedom. And there you have it. Clearing. We are going to be letting go of things, Aries. We're going to be releasing things. We're going to be accepting that God will take care of us. And I use the G word carefully, but there you go. That is our overriding idea for all of August, is to take care of the clearing, take care of the clearing, take care of the clearing. That is going to be some good news right there for us. Let us go ahead and begin with our overview video, which will have 5 rows. Five columns, 3 rows, of course. Excellent. So let us look at what's going on for the week-to-week basis of what's going on right now. All right. Let us see what is here. For the first week of August, which will be July 30th through August 5th, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is speaking very clearly about how things that didn't seem fair are going to be turning out to be quite fair. I feel like things are going to be coming back to us or getting back in balance. When we were afraid about certain things, we let our fears run our brains and act as though they knew what was going on. And so we've acted as if things weren't fair or right or proper, and they actually are. We're just kind of not paying attention to what that means. And so it's important for us to grasp the truth, which is everything is in its divine balance, okay? We know, you know, everybody knows it's in divine balance. So pay attention to what that means for this particular week. It might have something to do with the clearing situation, correct? All right. The Hanged Man is here as our blockage because, of course, some of us Aries, this is not a reading for everybody, by the by. This is going to be matching some Aries, but not all Aries. But we can get hung up on things. Yes, indeed. I am an Aries. So I, too, get hung up on things. All right. I forgot to tell you your own individual message from the divine. Your message from the collective was quite clear, and it said that you should not be afraid to succeed. All right. So I'm going to say it one more time for you, Aries. Please don't be afraid to succeed. All right. Let me try not to do that. That's silly. Try not. Please allow yourself to succeed. Step into it, accept it, smile more. All right? That's good. So the Hanged Man shows up telling me that one more time you're getting a little hung up on things and you're, oh, but I don't want to let it go. I don't know how to do this. Blah, blah. Stop it. Don't let your fear stop you from succeeding. All right? Now, the Magician is here as your solution, of course, to tell you that you have all the tools at your disposal. You can do whatever you need to do to get everything done. You're going to be just fine. Everything is coming to you as it should and in its own divine timing. accept it, appreciate it, jump into it, allow it. Allow the abundance to come to you, Aries. This is the time. This is the place. This is the notion, all right? This is the way we are feeling. Hey, I'm excited to see this for you. I'm excited to see it for me too, all right? So success and change are afoot, but it doesn't have to be scary or wrong. You just do it anyway, right? Here we are, and here I am. Ta-da! So, in the next week over, being the 6th through the 12th of August, we are looking at the Seven of Swords, meaning talking much about regrouping, taking our power back, accepting more responsibility, retrieving responsibility that we may have given to other people. We were trying to delegate things and it didn't work out, so we're having to bring things back. Don't be afraid to do so, and as per usual, when we delegate, but we don't want to crush people, okay, Aries? Try not to be a crusher in this moment. This particular week, you're going to have an opportunity to crush somebody else when you take responsibility or take power back in a situation, and you don't want to crush them. You just want them to become aware, and you can maybe do some teaching instead of crushing or slicing and dicing, because I know how you like to. All right, so just try not to slice and dice. Step into your wands, all right? Leave your swords behind and step into your wands. Now, where you're blocked, the Ten of Pentacles is here saying that your family money situation is kind of like, try not to overspend, okay? You have got to stop spending money, all right, Aries? Knock it off. Spendy Wendy is not getting you anywhere. Until you have a steady waterfall flow of cash flow, you really need to knock off the whole Spendy Wendy situation, all right? Okay, excellent. The King of Cups is here in your solution department, which is to say that there is a heartfelt somebody who speaks from their heart, who is indeed going to be around and be of assistance in this situation and maybe helps keep you grounded in a new, more emotional way, which would be helpful. He'll maybe hand you the wand instead of the sword and retrieve the sword from you because he realizes your situation and who you are as a person needs to walk into this room unarmed to have this conversation. All good. He's an ally. He is not there to hurt you. He is there to help you. So allow it. And take the information that he offers with an open heart, all right? Because as you open your heart, things can change for you, okay? Now we're moving on to the week of the 13th through the 19th. Ace of Swords is here. There will be the gift of more responsibility coming to you. Ooh, this is going to be interesting for you. You're going to be given more information about how to embrace your power in the situation. You will step into it. You will step over the threshold into this power because, well, it's kind of your deal anyway, and it's going to be okay. I don't see anything wrong with what's happening here. You're going to have a good time with it. The Knight of Cups is here in the blocking department. There will be somebody who's there's going to be somebody who opposes you and wants to do what you're doing and da-da-da. And they're like, wait, I want to do that. That's for me. I should do that. And it will feel petty. It will sound petty. It will look petty. So I wouldn't give it too much energy. I would just know that in this overview we're looking at that you don't need to worry so much about what this person is doing. Accept and appreciate the fact that you are you. And you don't need to fight with that person per se. Let it be known that it's the powers that be that made the decision. It isn't you. You just happened to step up to the plate when it was time, when they asked, which was all you could do. All right? Excellent. Temperance is the solution. And of course, temperance speaking to staying in the flow, staying clear, staying understood, staying emotionally balanced in this process, because we don't want you to become emotional with this other person. We don't want you to become combative with this other person. There's no reason to be combative. There are two cups in this picture. that are telling me that there's enough for everybody, right? So we're staying in the flow. We're making sure there's enough for everybody. The person who's here, the Knight of Cups, is unclear that there's enough for everybody, and you can make it fair. So huzzah, you're going to make it fair for somebody while you're doing all of these things, and that's good. So even though this person will come at you in a way that says you're stealing, the answer will be there's enough, everything is cool, don't trip out, and we can all share. So that's good. I like that. Next week over, the 20th to the 26th of August, we are looking at the Four of Pentacles. So your financial foundation is going to get fortified. Finally, you are going to have a little windfall, a little something coming to you that is going to make you feel a little bit more financially secure. Stand by. Yes. So things are good financially. Something is coming through. It looks like an opportunity for you to make more money, and that's very good news. We like that. The Knight of Swords is here in your block department, telling you that there's going to be somebody who wants to, one more time, step up and see if they can't take that power out of your hands. Or they're going to make you have to wield your power that you were given by the powers that be, not by you, but you're going to have to use that stuff and take care of some sort of an issue, which will be its own thing. But we want you to step up to it and handle it with grace and not with slashing, because as much as we are good with swords, Aries, we need to be cautious in how we do that, because we don't want to be a person who does that too often. We'd like to make friends and influence people, not kill them on the regular, okay? So, and our solution is the Three of Pentacles, meaning that there is somebody talking about us in a financial way where we aren't, you know? So it's sort of off to one side, behind our backs, but in a very positive light. I feel like this is about you, about to hear about somebody's thinking about you for some other job, some other possibility, and they're going to offer you something more. Because they've seen you already handle certain situations and handle certain things. They're very excited to see what's going on and what more you could take, right? No, what more can they take? That's awesome. So the final week of August, the 27th through September 2nd, is going to be start out with the Three of Swords, talking about how I believe you will be gifted with more responsibility and information. And in this time, this new responsibility and information will come to you, but you're going to need to keep it on the down low. You know, shh, 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 shh. Don't tell everybody about what's going on, because whether or not you acquire more information about new opportunities for you, it's okay. That can be just for you, and you don't have to share it with everybody, you know? It doesn't have to be a public issue. So be careful who you do share it with, because there are those who just can't keep their mouth shut about whatever the people's got going on, all right? So this is exciting stuff, and I'm excited for you. This is going to be very good news. I'm excited to see this for you. The Five of Cups shows up in the blocking department, showing that in this final week of August, there will be somebody you need to sort of pay attention to where you are and what you're doing in this current space and time, and try not to let memories of old relationships stop you from doing anything in new relationships. Does that make sense, Aries? I want you to embrace the possibility of new relationships while learning the lesson from the old relationships, but don't cut yourself off, okay? It's important to appreciate those lessons, but don't let them stop you from reaching out, right? So be social, all right? Love could be out there for you if you can just refocus yourself on what's possible as opposed to what happened, all right? There we go. Now we have the Six of Cups here as your solution. There's going to be something that you can work on to help others in this moment of now. You're going to be giving from your heart, and it's going to come back so abundantly that you don't need to worry that you're going to get burned if you're generous, okay? So don't be nervous, don't be upset. Do understand that you are in a position at this moment to help other people, and in doing so, they will take care of you because they too want to be a part of what you're doing. They want to help out, but they want to do it in a way that helps them, right? So as we work this through, it's going to turn into something very nice. All right. Excellent news. So let's go ahead and save these cards off to one side. Yes, not everything changes. Some things change, but not everything. So we have these guys. And now I'll put these ones over here. Thank you, baby Einstein. Now, we have these ones over here. We're going to look at them more closely. Oop, there you go. Oh, there they are. All right. And we have pre-programmed these. You watch me do it. Hey. And we're going to go ahead and lay out these cards. We will, of course, end up with here, turning all upside down. You all know I don't read cards upside down, so that's just who I am and how I roll. Don't be upset. Doesn't change the meaning of the card. It just means I don't read them upside down. That's just what I do. All right. So let's look at these and see what's coming up. All right. So we have the Justice card. We talked about wanting things to be fair. And that is true. We still want things to be fair, and things aren't going to be coming into a place of fairness this week. This is July 30th through August 5th, Aries. And yes, we have, with the Crow Tarot, we're looking at the Nine of Swords, speaking to our possible regrets about how we used our power in the past. So we've maybe stepped on someone's toes in a certain sort of way that they no longer feel safe to communicate with you on an open basis, which is unfortunate and sad. Nobody wants that because now you can't really fix, change, or alter that situation per se. But there is going to be also, this is the Eight of Swords. So you have the Nine of Swords and we have the Eight of Swords. So there are the regrets about how we used our power and feeling stuck as a result of how we used our power. These are the 8 and the 9. So that's interesting, right? From the Crow Tarot. Beautiful cards, absolutely. Very excited to be using them. And it's so interesting, though, that the 8 of Swords is here with reference to feeling uncertain of how to proceed after having maybe used our power incorrectly. We're trying to claim our power again and step through the void again, step up to the plate, but we're uncertain about how to handle that. And of course, with Justice as our ruling card, it speaks very plainly to me that you want to be fair, you want to be right, but you may not be able to be right and fair as you speak to the person who you've already crushed their little heart, and perhaps you're just trying to find a new path to communicate with this other person so that they won't be afraid. I feel they're afraid of you now, which is unfortunate. We talked about the Hanged Man, not getting hung up on the situation. Don't get hung up this week. Don't let yourself just fall to a place where you can't be a part of or do the things you need to do. Okay? You're also having the Six of Wands, right? Wanting to share your ideas, but not having them received very well, right? Not being able to take your ideas to victory at all. It's not always going to be your way, dear. Maybe it's okay to release things and like just step back a little and go, whatever, you do you. And then, of course, the King of Cups is here, telling us that there is an emotionally based male energy. Whoop, there he goes. involved in the situation, and they're probably going to try and keep the peace between you and the other person, or keep you away from the other person because someone's already talked. Oh, I feel like there's been some jibber jabber in the background. People talking shit and making their point of view known, and making you out to be the bad guy when you may not have been the most gentle person in that moment, but it wasn't like they stepped up to the plate either. And if they owned their own part in this process, they would say, hey, I didn't do the right thing. I didn't ask to be trained in this job that was handed off to me. And so now I am stuck not knowing the job, not being able to do the job. And I was happy to do the job somewhere else where it's very hands-on-y, but I can't do this other stuff. And so, I don't know how. But I didn't ask to be trained either. I just wanted to show that person that I could do it. But not asking for training kind of put you at odds to learn. And then now you're continually making it out like the other person was doing the job wrong anyway. Nah, not true either. All right. So interesting, right? Lots of drama. Okay. The Magician is here as our solution. You have the tools at your disposal. You can disarm the situation, Aries. You can change the playing field. You can... playing field. I like that. What if we played a game? What if we defused the bomb by becoming more approachable in a different way? I like that. We have the Hanged Man again, right here, matching where we're blocked, but we're going to let the Hanged Man also become part of our solution, which is to say we shouldn't over stress or over trip or over obsess about what's coming up, right? Let what is be, and don't be upset, and don't overstate maybe that other person's failures, okay? Let that other person be who they were, do what they did, whatever, but become open to a conversation, certainly, in the future. The Page of Cups is here. New information about something that I care about, or that you, Aries, care about, is coming to you. So even with all this other silly drama stuff going on, number one, you have the tools at your disposal to figure out what to do and get yourself unstuck from the double whammy Hanged Man, right? But you're going to get new information about something else that you care about very deeply. So, huzzah! We're going to get news. News is good. We like news. Excellent. So, this is the end of what's going on for August, sort of. But we can ask for a little bit more information. I have this other card, this other deck. MAHRUKH space X. I'm not really sure how to say that. And I'm not going to pretty much try and ruin it and make somebody very unhappy. But this deck is kind of coolio, and it answers some questions pretty plainly, and I like that. So I'm going to ask it to talk to Aries briefly about what's going on for just a little bit of clarity. I'm not going to clarify all 9 cards. I'm just not going to do it because most of them are pretty clear, okay? But that double hangman is talking to me, saying, you could use more information about that, don't you think? It's also actually saying something about, ooh, yep. All right, we're going to go back to this. We're going to go back here for a minute. We're going to see if there's any more information about this Justice / 9 and 8 of Swords. All right. Our brothers and sisters, please speak to me for Aries about this situation. Thank you. Trust your power. All right. Trust your power. Your impact in the world is greater than you think. Whether you see it see it or not, Your existence makes a positive difference. So there you go. And that's what this card is saying. So you make a positive difference. Trust your power. You've lost faith in your power. That's the whole thing here, right? You lost faith in your power. I like that as a clarification. That's very nice. Thank you so much, Star Brothers and Sisters. Thank you. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get a little more clarification. I want to get some more clarification of the Hanged Man. We have it twice in the problem and in the solution. What the heck is going on there? Please share with me, Star Brothers and Sisters, about what's going on with the Hanged Man for Aries the first week of August. All right, so we're going to go here. We're going to go here. The one that jumped out was right here. Happy ending. Though it may not seem like it now, you will accomplish far more than you could ever imagine. Your story will have a happy ending. So there you go. We have happy endings coming. All right. So while you got hung up and got worried, you worry, don't you? All right. You be worrying about stuff that don't need to be worried about. That's what's going on. Don't get hung up on it. Don't get, oh, it's not going to go. Maybe you just take your hands off it and it will just go. And it's not about you. All right. So allow others to step up to the plate. Trust your power. Step up where you can, but don't get all up in it. Right. And use your power as needed, but definitely keep an eye open for your happy endings and the new information coming to you, all right? So that's very fun. I really like these cards. They're fun. I like them quite a lot. Finally, I'm going to go ahead and get a closing card for you, because why not? Let's get that closing card for Aries. Closing card for Aries. Aries, Star Brothers and Sisters, please talk to Aries with one more closing theme card. Thank you. Intuition. This card is talking about trusting your intuition. Each person's road to the inner Lord is extraordinary and personal. How liberating and to listen inside and sense moment to moment what's needed. Listen inside and sense moment to moment for what's needed. There's an eyeball in the heart. Nice. All right. So Aries, yes, indeed, we are talking one more time about the clearing. We are clearing things out, but we're also listening to our intuition. So these are wonderful theme cards for this. Whoop, there it went. Clearly, this thing is not big enough for both of you, unless we go down here. So there we go. Excellent. I like that very much. And I will talk to you next about the 6th through the 12th. Thank you so much, Aries.